Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the child of peace to you. The moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the child of peace to you. The moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the child of peace to you. The moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. Welcome everybody to Spirit and Song. If you feel like writing into the chat where you're joining us from, that would be lovely to know. And I'm going to say an invocation as we open sacred space. Our wisdom awakens, our memory returns. Within these open hearts, the sacred fire burns. And the way is simple, the way is clear, the way is humble, the way is here. And may the fountain within my being be ever flowing, pure, life-giving to all. May the fragrance blossoming from my soul be softening, enlightening the hearts of all. And may the world I weave with the breath I breathe bring beauty. And may the steps I walk on this sacred earth be in peace. Our wisdom awakens, our memory returns. Within these open hearts, a sacred fire burns. And the way is simple, the way is clear, the way is humble, the way is here. Welcome. I'd like to do a land acknowledgement because I am on stolen land. I'm here in the Green Mountains in what's now called Vermont. I'd like to acknowledge the Abenaki people and the sacred earth as we open sacred space. So welcome to Spirit and Song. This is a time where we explore the sacred through song, poetic prayers, and also deep listening. Our pattern for Spirit and Song, which is the first gathering of each month, is that we open with a time of listening and I share some ideas. Then we go into silence and then we open up the Zoom to hear from one another. And if there's time at the end, which I hope there will be, we'll send out prayers for our loved ones and for this beautiful world. My name is Reverend Simon Ruth de Voil. I am a musical interspiritual minister. And I'd like to say whatever your faith is or is not, you are especially welcome here. And if you are not part of One Spirit, I would like to extend a special welcome to you for jumping into this beautiful interfaith community that was my seminary. Okay, so today we're talking about autumn as a teacher, and we're just coming out of St. Francis, the Feast of St. Francis, so I've chosen a chant that uses some of St. Francis's words for us to open into as we look at autumn as our teacher. Ooh, the world is my home. Ooh, the world is my heart. Ooh, the world is my monastery, my monastery. Ooh, the world is my home. Ooh, the world is my heart. Ooh, the world is my monastery, my monastery. Ooh, the world is my home. Ooh, the world is my heart. Ooh, the world is my monastery, my monastery. Ooh, the world is my home. Ooh, the world is my heart. Ooh, the world is my monastery, my monastery. Ooh, the world is my home. Ooh, the world is my heart. Ooh, the world is my monastery, my monastery. One more time. Ooh, the world is my home. Ooh, the world is my heart. Ooh, the world is my monastery, my monastery. And we take a little minute to rest in the space where the song just was. Amen. So to introduce the topic, I'd like to introduce you to me 2 hours ago. Hey everybody. I wanted to start today's Spirit and Song by showing you the world around me. So I'm in the Green Mountains in what's now called Vermont. And I'm not sure how well you can see these colors because it's the sun's going down. So it's a bit washed out. But that is autumnal beauty. Absolutely autumnal beauty. So that's what we're going to focus on today in Spirit and Song, is if autumn is our teacher, Mother Nature being our teacher, what is she whispering to us? I got a song about this. This one is by Peter Mayer. He's a very prolific sacred songwriter. And this one is called Coming Home. When trees are turning, chimney smoke is curling, falling leaves are swirling, I'll be coming home. When geese are wending, apple branches bending, when the summer's ending, I'll be coming home. When autumn's first frost glistens on the corn stalks, bales of hay and sweet swash, I'll be coming home. And hill and meadow are crimson, rust and yellow, when the fruits of August mellow, I'll be coming home. And rest will greet me, love will receive me, and joy like a deep red wine fill my heart. I have been trotting the furrowed fields of summer, footsteps heavy under the seeds I've come to sow. When some have sprouted, and I have hoped and doubted, and every bushel's counted, I'll be coming home. And rest will greet me, love will receive me, and joy like a deep red wine fill my heart. And rest will greet me, love will receive me, and joy like a deep red wine fill my heart. Nights will be cold then, foxes in their holes then, skies awaiting snow when I'll be coming home. When hearths are burning, tables set with sterling, I will be returning, I'll be coming home. So I've got a little video for us about the beauty of autumn, because this is, when I went out for a walk today among the trees, this is what they whispered to me. They whispered of profound beauty. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Beauty, 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 let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Beauty, 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 beauty. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. I just looked in the chat and I can see that Cameron is in South Africa, in Cape Town. And I'm aware that some people might be watching this video months after October. And I want you all who are out of the season of autumn to translate in your mind around what is nature teaching me in my season in the natural world where I am. So I'm using my own life as our kind of workshop just now. But I'd like for you in your own reflections, as you take what's useful from today, to really lean in to the living world in this moment, in your life, in your heart, in your piece of landscape or city or town. So here's one of the Psalms to help us lean into this relationship with the cosmos through a very immediate, very body relationship with the natural world around us. Many named one beyond imagining when I contemplate the night sky. The cosmos, which all unfolded from a speck, galaxies, stars, this beautiful earth. Who are we humans that you attend to us? Mere mortals in our tiny corner, and you love us. We are life come to knowing and feeling. The whole world is in our hands. Plants and animals, oceans and ice caps, rainforests, atmosphere and ecosystem. Touch our hearts, O God, make us worthy of this trust. Help us care for life on this beautiful earth. Amen. So this time of year is so alive for me personally, and I suspect for many of you. As interfaith people, it's a time so full of prayer. Yom Kippur in the Jewish tradition was yesterday, the day of reckoning and atonement. Monday was the feast day of St. Francis, and Indigenous Peoples' Day is just around the corner. These are all huge, enormous days of prayer for me, all packed into a very short period of time, and I find myself getting ahead of myself, trying to be too holy, trying to do it all, when at the same time my main teacher, which is Mother Earth, is gently and majestically being the change right in front of my eyes, being the prayer, and reminding me that in whatever tradition I am, to slow down, to be really present with what my prayer is this day, and not hold accountable some list of all the holy things that I need to do as an interfaith person, but just to take a few pieces and make them as real as possible. Is anybody relating to this with the convergence of all the spiritual traditions happening at once? Happen to know quite a lot of songs about this. Here's one by my friend Michelle J. Rodriguez. It's called On the Mountain, and I think of it as a modern psalm, very similar to Psalm 8 that we just heard. How do we respond to the beingness of the earth? How do we bring our prayer? How do we bring ourselves? on the mountain changes each minute. The mist on the mountain moves like the ocean tides that swell up and turn stones on the shore. Today I am alive a little more. The sun on the mountain touches everything. The stones on the mountain are strong like the ocean tides that swell up and turn shells on the shore. Today I am alive a little more. What's that I see? It's the sea, the sea, the sea, stretching out right in front of me. What's that I hear? It's the wind, and it's clear that I am supposed to be here. I am supposed to be here. The trees on the mountain rustle so gently. Birds on the mountain sing like the ocean tides that swell up and turn stones on the shore. Today I am alive a little more. Today I am alive a little live, a little live. Today I am alive a little live, a little more. La 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 la. Some of the teachers I listen to, like Carolyn Mice and the late John O'Donoghue, talk about how we live in a time so devoid of praise. And one thing is for sure, which is praise is essential to our spiritual well-being. I've been thinking about this now for about 15 years and haven't begun to scratch the surface, but I have been leaning into learning about praise, and I learn that more from the birds than I do from most people, to be honest. Right, where was I? Elizabeth, thank you for your lovely comment about how you're in Sydney but being transported by my enthusiasm in videos. I'm very glad to hear that. So I want to talk about the spiral year here and some of the Celtic teachings about the turning of the earth. One of the things about nature is her faithful return of the seasons. But there's something multi-dimensional about that, how each season comes around uniquely. Often we'll talk about the Celtic wheel of the year as a spiral. It's definitely multi-dimensional. The autumn leaves that fall are not the autumn leaves that fell 2 or 12 or 22 years ago. Time is threaded through eternity in the turning of the seasons. But ultimately, it's this specific moment in time. Now, when I lived on the west coast of the US, people always talked about present moment thinking, and it used to make me want to poke my eyes out because people always said, be here now. But I think I wasn't hearing that breath of presence, of really bringing our full self, all the history of who we are, our hopes and fears for the future, but bringing it alive in this moment. To be awake and free, I need to greet this autumnal day with a freshness of my life, especially if I've got stories of grief or fear that are imprinting themselves on the leaves falling around me. And what I'm trying to get us to do here is to merge and bathe and be blessed anew by autumn. And the question was, what is autumn teaching us? What is the season teaching us? And today, for perhaps the first time, I've loved autumn since forever. But I was really struck by the beauty of it. Now, maybe that's because I've just come back from Scotland and I flew through Dublin and it was raining and it was dark, and then I woke up in New England and all of a sudden I was surrounded by peak, beautiful autumnal colours. And this beauty of the natural world is what is speaking to me very strongly, and something that I really want to bring into spiritual practice. So to help me explain this, I'm going to borrow some wisdom from John O'Donoghue. The late John O'Donoghue, wonderful man who used to be a priest, became a poet, died in 2008, I think.
For the Celtic imagination too, the beauty of the earth was a constant presence. Celtic spirituality is really an outdoor spirituality which drew its inspiration and its structures of meaning from the beauty of the rhythm of nature and the majesty of its patterns and the faithfulness of its returns. The earth was understood as a continuous play between light and darkness and between the visible and the invisible. So consequently, Celtic wisdom and spirituality were very sensuous. They weren't cerebral or abstract. But Celtic spirituality kind of puts you really in touch with your sensuous nature, and it shows you that your senses are like lanterns that illuminate the world. So beauty is not just in the mind alone, nor did Celtic spirituality separate the senses and the thought, but it brought sense and thought together.
I love that quote. I've listened to it, probably about 20 times. But it helps to listen to that in the context of relating to nature. This cerebral thing, let's expand that. Let's expand that by eating apples off the tree, by noticing the temperature on our skin, by really stepping in. So that little snippet came from a recording called The Divine Imagination. And I think one of the key factors in Celtic wisdom, because sometimes I teach about Celtic wisdom, is responding to creation with the beauty that you see, like to try and bring your own human beauty and to try and make your prayers and worship beautiful. Now, one of the reasons I think this is because I used to live on the island of Iona, which is one of the pilgrimage places in the world. It's a very special, tiny little island off the west coast of Scotland. And one of the things that's very special about there was Christianity arrived with St. Columba in the year 563. And one of the things about Columba was he had learnt to read and write, which for the Celts was a big deal when reading and writing came. It was an oral culture. And they really took the majesty of the quill and made it very profound and holy. And it's called illuminated manuscripts, the things that we know that they created, because they still exist. They were on calfskin and they used amazing inks that you can still see and read today. And one of the best examples of the divine imagination is what these monks and perhaps nuns did to the Gospels, how they set them into their lives in these amazing books. And the most famous, you've probably guessed it, is the Book of Kells, which was started on Iona over 1,000 years ago. They think that it was started on the island of Iona, and then when the Vikings started making life impossible and dangerous for the monks, they retreated to Ireland, to a monastery called Kells, and the book was completed there. I'm going to show you two little videos about this way of responding to the beauty of your Creator with human ingenuity and beauty. So the first video is it's actually an advert by these people that make copies. So they're showing you all the amazing pages, not the ones that just have a few grand letters, but it gives you a really great example of how incredible this manuscript is. if you're interested in the Book of Kells and some of the symbolism and sacred geometry that I see in that, next time I could maybe share more about the Book of Kells. Today I really want to focus on the beauty of that and making our spiritual practice beautiful. And one of the ways that I think that we bring the sensuousness of our human experience is by engaging our imagination and our creative skills. So I've got a second video on the Book of Kells that has a little bit of poetry from my friend Kenneth Stephen. You'll hear his voice and his friend playing the harp. And he has this character that he created who's one of the young scribes. He's got a book about him. And here's one of his poems. He's got quite a number of poems about the people that made the books. They know that there was at least 3 or 4 scribes and a number of illustrators. This book was made over generations of people. And recently there was a video, a cartoon made of the Book of Kells called The Secret of Kells. So I've got a little segment of that, of how to set the response of beauty on fire with our imagination and creativity.
The Book of Iona. The Book of Kells. Book of Kells.
In the small hours they gathered, up under the roof of the tower, there where the book was being brought, beautiful, out of nowhere. Up in the winds of the tower, all day, all night, pen and nib and ink, yellows and reds and blues, poured into every page, this gospel of love of God.
We're going to sing about that Sufi practice of polishing the mirror of your heart to reflect the light of the Creator. But before we get there, I want to say that what autumn is really whispering to me so loud is to bring the light and beauty of compassion, of my intelligence, of my charisma and my talents, but also to bring the universe inside through prayer and creativity, and to try and, like my friend the poet says, make beautiful out of nowhere. And the idea about the Book of Kells, which I have seen, I went to Dublin and I saw it, is that it's so holy that it manages to express the faith of these Celtic monks. And I have to say, I think it does. It's a magical document. All right, let's sing about reflecting the sacred light through our lives. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh. Ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh, Allah, Allah, ooh. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Ooh, ala, ala, ooh, ala, ala, ooh, ala, ala, ooh. Ooh, ala, ala, ooh, ala, ala, ooh, ala, ala, ooh. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. So I'm going to stop talking now and let us drop a little bit deeper into our hearts. We're going to listen and look at the autumn video again with the song Beauty, which is written by my friend Betsy Beckman, but is me singing with my friend Alexa. We're going to listen to that. And then I invite you to really ponder, how is the season around you, whether it be autumn or spring, what is it teaching you? Not when you think about it, but when you actually go out in it and touch it and walk and smell and live in it. What is the earth teaching you? So we'll watch the video, enter into the silence of our hearts for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll open it up to hear if there's anything you want to share. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Beauty, beauty, let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Beauty, 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 beauty. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Is there anybody that would like to share a little bit of how this is being received, or anything that makes sense or is stirring in you? And please know that this is completely optional. If you'd like to share, please unmute or raise your hand. And the question is, what is autumn teaching you? What is Mother or Earth saying to you about your life and how to respond now?
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm in New York City. To me, there are two parts of autumn. One is a reluctance to let go of summer, and the other part is the acceptance of a new season. And being in that area of in between now, where it's as practical as what do I put on to go outside and what blanket do I use? And there's a kind of freedom I associate with summer, and autumn was always the time when we got back to serious things. Probably goes back to the fact that school started in the fall. And though it's been a long time since I've been in school, that feeling still exists. I love your open-hearted approach to a new season, because there's not really much one can do with resisting it. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, it's like holding back the tide.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say there's always been a fear associated with fall, which is the fact that it was in the first sign that winter was coming. And I don't look forward to that. I must, on some level, I must, because I lived in California for a while and moved back east. So like I tried to avoid it as best I could. But thank you for just being open-hearted about it. I just like your attitude toward it. That's contagious. Thank you.
I can understand that. Love is contagious in a really good way. And I'm hoping, yes, that's great to hear. Thank you. I hear you, what you're saying about that there's fearful stuff in, and I kind of expected some of that. Oh, the winter's coming, or decay, or death. But when I actually just was in the trees today, that's not what spoke on this day. But maybe it will tomorrow. Yeah, thank you for being honest about how this season is a little bit uncomfortable. And you're, I'm up quite high. I'm up at almost 1,000 foot, and a few hours north of you. So you're not quite the same season that I am in. Yeah, blessings to you. Thank you.
Okay.
Betsy, would you like to share? Please unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Hello. You've gotten me thinking. I've never really thought before about what nature can teach me. And so there are two things. I've been you've struck a note in me tonight. I drove up, I live in New York City, but I drove up just this afternoon to the Hudson Valley, which is where I am now, which is a very beautiful spot. And when I arrived here, it had been raining all day. But when I came, the sun was out. And so everything was sparkling and new. I'd seen some lovely fall colors when I was driving here. But when I arrived here at this particular lovely spot, I didn't see any fall colors. I just saw fresh green, because the grass had been brown all summer because of the drought. But now there's been so much rain, the grass really is fresh and green, almost like spring. It was just sparkling bright. It was, I didn't look like fall. And so I have to say, being very personal here, that it was quite a profound thought that you just gave me, that there's a lot of new life here in my life. I recently just had a major loss. My husband just died. But I just think all this new light, and when I arrived here, the sunshine and the sparkle and the green grass, and I can see the Catskill Mountains from here and the absolute lovely light blues of those mountains. It sort of gave me a lift. So when you say, what is nature teaching me at this moment in my life and heart? Well, it's saying, even in fall, there's new. Look at this. The sun is shining. It's sparkling. The grass has was brown all summer, which is true in my life. But now it's green. It's quite. Anyway, I've just been thinking about it. And the other thing I've been thinking about is, you said, let the beauty you love be what you do. That's really very profound for me, because there's a part of me that thinks what I ought to do. But if I just let myself respond to the beauty, the incredible beauty of the spot where I don't see it right now because it's night, but I did see it an hour or so ago. I'd be much more creative and go back to my painting and other things I love. So it's kind of freeing. Let the beauty you love be what you do. That's a really very profound message, I think, that you're giving tonight.
Well, it's Rumi, borrowing Rumi. But
is that Rumi?
Yes, it's Rumi.
Wow.
And it sounds like you just kind of looked inside my life today and spoke to it. What you're saying about both the parts, about all the grief and loss and the autumn, but then the surprise of the new life and the viriditas, the greening force of life. Where did this come from? Oh, it came from letting the breeze touch you rather than going with your own story into the trees.
That's interesting. Yeah. Yes, because I was so surprised when after my 2-hour drive, I arrived here. This is in the Hudson Valley. I just thought, I've never seen it quite so beautiful, even though it's always beautiful. It was more beautiful, I think, because of the rain. It made everything fresh. And then it was sparkling, the water, but the sun had come out. So the sun was making the droplets sparkle. And the trees I happened to see were right here were all green. They hadn't turned their beautiful reds and yellows, which they will. And it just struck me, what did this mean?
You know, Betsy, I think that it was in grief that I truly saw how beautiful the world was, because it saved my life. And I'm hearing something of that in you, that you are absolutely seeing what is right in front of you in a way that is very profound.
How did the beauty save your life? That's such a wonderful thing to say. I've been thinking a thought similar, but I haven't quite gotten there.
Well, you couldn't explain that to anyone. There's no logic in it, but it's almost like it was the piece of spiritual nourishment when I was famished, or the hug of a loved one. It reached and touched my heart when nothing else could.
Something about the beauty being there still. Something. It's such a contrast to the grief, the beauty. Just like that brown grass is such a contrast to the sparkly green. Lovely, lovely scene I saw today. Beauty saved my life. I'm beginning to think that seeking beauty, seeking the things I love, which is I do love nature. I love music. I love art. I love lots of things. And to let my life begin to absorb those things rather than worrying about all the things I ought to be doing.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely. Hey, Bessie, I want to say thank you so much for sharing in a personal way and not just your thinking. I'm deeply touched by everything that you're saying. Thank you. Yeah. We're going to move into prayer, but is there anybody else that wants to share that's like, oh, I have to say this before Simon moves us on? Yes. Oh, we've got two people. All right. We've got, can you take 2 minutes each? Elizabeth, do you want to jump up?
Yes, I just want to say how long it took me when I first moved to Australia to see the beauty here, because the everything was so different because I came from England. So I really resonate with autumn. But now I can see the incredible beauty everywhere, and it's just magnificent. And thank you for the journey today.
Oh, you're welcome. It must be a little bit heartbreaking then to see autumn in my world. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Elizabeth. And then we've got our other Antipodean, Cameron.
Yes, I thought say thank you for this beautiful time to be with you. And I enjoyed that song you sang there from your home, your world
Coming
in the
home.
monastery. I was just listening to that, and it's like just touched me. And I mean, it's like your home, your world in the monastery. It's just like all within yourself and where you live and where your thoughts are. And I mean, autumn is even though we're going spring here, autumn is always a beautiful time to be coming out of your summer. It's a beautiful season, and to see the leaves and the trees falling, and just to see the beauty of nature. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for listening so deeply. Yeah, those songs are amazing. Yeah, I sing them often because I need them. They help me show up more fully in my life. Thank you for saying that. Okay, we're going to move into, we've got one more song. This one's called Sending You Light, and I've chosen this for us to send out prayers. So whatever situation is heavy in your heart, whether it's for yourself, your loved ones, for Mother Earth, for Ukraine, for Russia, for whatever situation is tender to you this day, let's send light and love. And I've chosen this song. This is the chorus, but I will sing some other words as well. I'm sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within, and I am sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I am always there for you, and so I want you to know that I am sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'll walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry, 'cause I am sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you and hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. Amen. Got a closing prayer for us. This comes from a collection by Alison Pepper called The Book of 1,000 Prayers. Now, the original says Lord, but I'm going to say, you who witness. You who witness our darkest place, let in your light. You who witness our greatest fear, let in your peace. You who witness our most bitter shame, let in your word of grace. You who witness our oldest grudge, let in your forgiveness. You who witness our deepest anger, let it out. You who witness our loneliest moment, let in your presence. You who witness our truest self, our all, let in your wholeness. Amen. And we have a little custom, which is I sing a song at the end. And if you would like to send a blessing to one another, you are welcome to put on your camera and send a little blow a kiss or open your heart. I mean, it's a very tender community of people from all over the world that are here. And this is our song. It's really easy. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Good night, dear ones. Or good morning. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.